The mystery of the lady in the dunes. For nearly 50 years, one of the most chilling mysteries in America sat cold on the beaches of Provincetown, Massachusetts, in the summer of 1974. A young girl walking her dog discovered the body of a woman in the sand dunes. The scene was gruesome and professional. The killer had removed her hands, so she could not be identified by fingerprints, and several of her teeth were missing. Despite the best efforts of the FBI, nobody knew who she was or how she got there. For decades, she was known only as the lady in the dunes. As the years passed, the case became a legend in the true crime community. Thousands of people tried to solve it, but every lead went nowhere. That was until a very strange theory emerged involving a Hollywood blockbuster, the Stephen King connection. In 2015, an author named Joe Hill, who is the son of the famous horror writer Stephen King, was watching the movie Jaws. He noticed a background extra in a scene filmed in 1974, just a few miles from where the body was found. The woman in the movie was wearing a blue bandana and jeans, which matched the description of the lady in the dunes exactly. This theory went viral, and for a few years, people actually believed a movie extra had been murdered and forgotten by Hollywood. The 2022 breakthrough. The mystery finally began to unravel in late 2022. Investigators decided to use a new technology called investigative genetic genealogy. This is the same method used to catch the Golden State Killer. They took a small sample of DNA from the victim and compared it to massive public databases where people upload their family trees. After months of searching through distant cousins and family records, they finally found a match. The lady in the dunes finally had a name. Her name was Ruth Mary Terry. She was 37 years old, and she was from Tennessee. The final dark twist. Once they had her name, the police could finally look into her life. They discovered that just before she disappeared, she had married a man named Guy Muldavin. Guy was a mysterious and dangerous character who had been a suspect in the disappearance of another wife and daughter back in the 1960s. It turned out that Guy had married Ruth and then taken her on a trip across the country. Shortly after, he returned home alone, driving her car and telling her family that she had simply decided to leave and start a new life. Because it was the 1970s and communication was difficult, nobody suspected the truth until it was too late. Guy Muldavin died in 2002, which means he never faced a trial for what he did to Ruth. But after 48 years of silence, the mystery of the beach was finally over, and Ruth Mary Terry was finally sent home to her family. Interesting facts for your video. The longest cold case. This was the oldest unidentified person case in the history of Massachusetts until the 2022 DNA reveal. The extra in Jaws. Even though Ruth has been identified, people still analyze the footage of the movie Jaws to see if the woman in the blue bandana really was her. A master of disguise, her killer, Guy Muldavin, used many different aliases throughout his life, making him a real-life ghost that the police could never quite catch.